Yo guys, welcome to the Ballers Mindset Podcast. We're back and better for 2024. We're on a new channel, so please do subscribe and help us out. Today I got two different co-hosts with me. You're going to see different ones from time to time. We've got Chase Mumford from the Leicester Podcast Studio and the founder of West End Sunday Football Club, Connor O'Neill. Boys, how are we?
All right, good man.
Good to be here.
Happy
Thank
to
you
be
so
here.
much for coming. Today's guest is none other than Marc White, the man who founded Dorking Wanderers. He's the owner, the founder, the chairman, might even be the tea lady, who knows? It's Marc White. How are we, Marc?
Yeah, good boys.
Good. Thank you for having us.
Good to be around people that run their own football club.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Lovely.
We'll definitely touch on that.
I know a bit about that.
Thank you for having us at Meadowbank. It's a lovely place.
Yeah.
How's things going for you right now in the football, in the National League?
Well, fucking shit at the moment. Yeah, not great. Bottom six, but it's a fucking hard league.
Yeah.
Hard league, man. It's like an extension of the EFL. It's just, we go to these grounds and they're all fucking massive. They're like playing for like 8,000, 10,000 and like, you know, corporate hospitality on four sides and
wow.
You know what I mean? It's all big, but we've had a nightmare for injuries this year a little bit. So
What are the conversations like in the changing room right now then? You know, being bottom six, getting to that point in the
it's all
season
right.
now.
No, it's all right. To be fair, we've had like, fucking bad luck. We've had 5 ACLs on our shit artificial pitch in 5 years. The Astros are dead, mate. They're fucked and they're no good. And but they just keep flogging them and they don't really know what a good one is. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different versions. They haven't got a clue which ones are good or not. But some of them are dangerous and our one's dangerous, but it's, you know, we can't change it right now. But yeah, so we've had a load of injuries. But to be fair, the league we're in, you might not know this, but I mean, at the moment, the bottom four are all newly promoted. Last year, I think 3 out of 4 that went down, newly, it's fucking hard. Yeah. We stayed in it last year, finished off about 12 points off the playoffs, so.
That's good.
We'll work it out this year. Otherwise, the gaffer's I'm in for the fucking high jump.
Bollock him.
Well, I'm fucking, what am I going to do?
Do you ever
Yeah.
sit on the sideline and you're watching the game and do you just pinch yourself and be like, have we here?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said no. I mean, there's been a few times like we're live on the TV at Notts County last year, and then at Oldham, and then I walked out and I got in trouble for asking you'd notice, right? You know, as the players were walking out, and I said to one of my boys, suck his fucking eyes out, that centre half, right? As the centre half went past, just to get in his head. Because obviously when you're in Sunday football and shit, right? You know what it's like. So you just
raw.
You saw like,
Raw.
exactly that. Yeah. Like, and then one of the fucking mums of the mascot reported me to the FA. Yeah.
Was you in the shit?
I got a charge, but they let me off. They said, no, fair play.
They're probably not used to that. Like Sunday League, you see it week in, week out, where really you're the only one doing it. So it's
Exactly that. But no, so there's times like you look around and think, Jesus, we took the lead there and now, and we have 400 fans up in the gantries and there's times like you think, wow, do you know what I mean? Because it was just like you boys do now. It's just a park field, pay the money, put the nets up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 10 out of 11 players turn up that you wanted, do you know what I mean? And the most loyal one's the shit one. You know what I mean? Standard shit.
So you see, obviously you're very authentic. You know,
Yeah.
from the start, you are you. Do you find that a lot in the National League, or do you find there's a lot of people where they're a bit nice and professional, cross the T's, dot the I's? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, a lot of them do. Obviously, I mean, in fairness to them, they have to report to owners and chairmen, and sometimes they're sort of playing the game a bit. But I do think I bring out that sort of raw bit in other people, because I think people think, it's quite nice just
Refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is real, isn't it? And
Exactly that.
people want a bit of real.
Proper.
Yeah, people want a bit of real. It's, you know yourself, it's only what's going on in every changing room, every situation.
And I think in this day and age as well, players are so trained not to talk on media. It's like they've not even got a personality. So when someone like yourself comes around, it's a breath of fresh air, because we don't see it in the game. We don't see someone talk how you talk and where you're from. Like you say, it's just raw and you don't give a shit, really.
This is it, mate. And I think from my point of view, like the supporters deserve it, don't they? You know, like they really do. Like the supporters, if you're like a family of 4, you go to Chelsea for the afternoon, like that's like half your mortgage. Like it really is.
No, you're
so
right,
if they have 2 shots on target and lose 1-0, like somebody should say, right, let me tell you what I've just fucking told them in there. Because you want to when you sit down at home and you're having your corned beef hash with your kids because you can't afford fuck all, at least you can say, look, we're gutted, but he's fucking told them. He's told them in there.
We can get behind him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so I've always been the same from the early days, and then always been. Some of our old players come down here, and people they say, "Oh yeah," people always stop me and go, "Bloody hell, you play for Dorking," and they always say like, "Is that guy like that?" And he's like, "Mate, I'll be honest, he's fucking way worse than what you see, but you can only show so much."
What I want to know is, You used to play.
Yeah.
Player, manager, chairman,
Yeah,
kit
yeah.
man, the lot.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
Do you know what? I was a left winger.
I bet it defensive mid.
Yeah, I was like a left.
I didn't think you had the pace.
The left winger.
Yeah, I was a fucking high goal scoring left winger for
You
years.
scored goals?
Yeah, I reckon I'm still the record goal scorer.
No.
I'm serious. We haven't really got the record, so on that basis, I am.
But you're just bagging goals.
Yeah, like from left wing, old school, like back four, so not much tracking back. You know, like
When did you hang the boots up?
I maybe 7, 8 years in, and I just thought when it got to the point where if I'm bollocking you and you say, well, hold on a minute, right? Yeah, you thought that. I thought, you know,
Yeah.
so I sort of knew. And ironically, a lot of ex-players like who have played at a good level, not me, say the same thing. Like the minute they don't want to stop playing, but the minute they stop playing and managing, they never look back. They think this is great now. I'm enjoying this. I fucking loved it from the minute I've done
Get
it.
the buzz of like playing, but
Yeah. You took all these. You've got all the controllables. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
And how did you find, like, this is one of the questions that I was most interested in, because I don't think a lot of people appreciate what goes into a good business. And there's one thing being like a good manager and taking it from the fields to here, but the business side, there's so much to catch up on and your social media behind the scenes. How did you find adding that into your team and finding these people to help you? Because there must have been a lot of ups and downs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, loads. I mean, we just tried, as we went through the years, we just tried to be relevant with what was out there. So we were getting clubs. I remember, I said this the other day, fucking great question that.
Thank you.
We were getting clubs email us, like I'm talking league clubs, going, how did you set up that Twitter account thing? Right, because we were one of the first clubs in the country to have a Twitter account.
Was you?
And did you know you was a viral person? Did you know my personality?
No.
Yeah,
Or someone's like, oh, get online,
You
get
must have
online.
known. If I
Nah.
get a camera in front of me,
No. Honestly, like, no. I still don't like it now massively, but we're a small club. So, like, our profile and our exposure is the only thing we've got that can take us forward.
Yeah.
So that
Big help,
means,
innit?
yeah, exactly that. So that means that Rich, bunch of amateurs who follows us, if that means that he's putting out stuff that I'm not a massive fan of, then albeit, do you know what I mean? Because it's what helps the club go forward. But over the years, we've just had to piggyback really what's out there and what's available to help grow the exposure of the club, and then try and monetize that to then literally pay the first striker we ever did 20 quid and then 50 quid and then 100 quid. And it's like, do you know what I mean?
Mental. To think
Because
about
that is
where
ultimately
you
what
was
we've
to where
done.
you are. It's
Yeah,
honestly
it's
crazy.
a
You don't
Netflix
hear
documentary.
it, man. It's
It is.
fucking
Yeah, maybe
so
one
good.
day.
Good for you, honestly.
No, I appreciate it. I mean,
Do you
listen,
still feel like there's so much more to do and you don't really notice how far you've come? Even though these are times you wish for, it's like, I need so much fucking more. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I just hope we can continue. I never rest on my laurels, because, I mean, we'll sit there today and we'll be going, right, we got to find £500,000 in 6 months. Like, we need £500,000.
Yeah.
That's quite normal at this level.
Yeah.
We got knocked out of the FA Cup in the first fucking game because the wankers didn't turn up at all. And it's cost us fucking hundreds of thousands. And so we never get a chance to rest back, sit back, because we're always like, right, how do we keep it going? How do we keep it going?
So then, what I want to know is, how do you do it? How do you do it all? Because, like you said, we do it at a much, much lower level, and it's stressful. It is non-stop. And there's so many times I'm like, I'm fucking done with this. I hate it.
Yeah, I know, but you're
What?
never... Yeah, it's
I know. Do you know
Just
what it
keeps
is?
you
Like we're speaking off camera, it's them little... Do you know when you have those days where it's just like a big day out? We had like 400 people come to our game, 500 people come to our game. Lovely day, people are there, people are wearing your shirts. It's like, this is what you do it for.
It weighs up more than all the bad
But
times.
after years and years and years, and you run a business and you do... honestly, I don't know how you do it. I'd be...
Yeah, I just think it's choice. Some people fucking collect carriage clocks, have an allotment and fucking grow tomatoes. You know, other people like...
This is your thing.
Yeah, it's my thing. This is it. Exactly that. That's my thing. And, you know, I've got obviously a passion for it. Keeps me fucking lively. And, yeah, I love it. There's never a time. I mean, like, the highs and lows are massive.
Yeah.
Fucking massive, actually. It just reminded me of a story, actually, like, which I've fucking completely forgot for ages, but... Like, the highs and lows are huge. You always remember them little highs and lows.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won a famous playoff game here, like, we only last season, we're never entitled to win it. When we got promoted to National League, and someone fucking launched a flare on the pitch, and the referee added on like 30 seconds, and we equalised in front of 4,000.
Crazy.
with 5 seconds to
Mental.
go.
Was it their fan that threw the flare, I'm guessing, as well, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're fucking.
wow.
Their fans fucking
thought they'd done
stood. Oh, mate, they're
Pepe Reina time with the
flares.
music.
Wow.
The fact they're singing away, they're all whistling for the referee, and the ref's giving it that.
Scored.
Flare's gone on, bucket, added time. Our right back's lobbed it in the box, head, goal. We've
Sees.
never seen a fucking
Mental.
scene.
Oh,
If you,
God.
mate, if anyone watches it, watch it. There's a big thing on it. Watch it back. It's unbelievable. You've never seen fucking everyone just falling over everybody.
That's the
Unbelievable.
beauty of the game, and that's why we play football. That's why we love football. Because
Yeah.
their moments just forever in your memory.
And then I had a guy, fucking fun. This is my thing I was going to say. I had a guy like, we got beat Hayes and Yedden in the FA Cup a couple of years back, replay. We've never, our biggest failure by a mile with the FA Cup, right? I don't know what it is. It's almost like it's starting to become like an albatross, like a real, right? So we got beat in the replay on penalties, right? And it fucking rained all night, and I had my lucky jacket on, right? It's fucking awful, right? But it's lucky jacket. I thought, I'm gonna bring it out, right? But it's like an old trench coat, and it's like woolen. So in the rain, it felt like I was carrying fucking. Right, honestly, right? I took it off. I got in the coach. I was fucking soaked. I got home. I sat on my bed. And we got beat on penalties. The last player took the penalty. He's still with me now. And I always tell the boys when they take penalties, listen, I tell you what you're going to do. You keep your save too. You do your factory setting penalty.
Yeah.
And if he saves it, mate, we ain't got no bother. You do something you don't fucking plan, and we're going to have massive bother. Yeah. That's what I tell him every fucking time, right? The boy went out to put it bottom corner. You know, that's always his penalty. He's fucking gone top corner, put it over the bar anyway. Got back home, I fucking sat on the edge of my bed. I was soaking wet, big wet patch from my jeans. When I tell you, I had a voice note after midnight from a guy saying, look, Mark, I think you've taken the club as far as you can. Someone's got my number. I think you've taken the club as far as you can. And he goes, I'm an agent and I look after managers. And, you know, he basically voice noted me for my own job. Right? At half midnight.
On the worst day of your
He
career.
didn't even have the class to wait a week. You know what I mean? Half midnight.
I'd like to see the voice note you sent him
Can you
back.
imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what he got
mate.
back?
So
Yeah.
Mark, I've hardly spoken, so I'm just taken away by your personality. You're
Yeah.
literally the
Class,
same off
mate,
camera as
honestly.
you're on.
Yeah.
Do you ever, I want to know, like, do you ever find the balance is tough between being the founder, like the chairman, the owner, and then the manager? Is one got to give at some point?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Probably the top, you know, not so much give. I think it's just more sharing things around. Like, we've got a lot of great people in the club now, a lot of people way more educated than me. I've been lucky because obviously the stories attracted people into the journey, and then, you know, where we identify strengths, you know, I'm bringing in top financial people, and, you know, and then these people can take certain areas forward. So, yeah, I feel like someone could give, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Someone could give.
Has to at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. Inevitable, do you know what I mean? But for now, we're still at it. We've only been in this league. This is our second year.
Exactly, man.
And
Do you know what I mean? I've got
as well.
fucking ages to go yet.
And you know, 'cause
4 more years.
You are a lad.
Yeah.
Do you ever find it hard, like the fine line of your manager, not your mate? Do you know when you have to crack down it? Do you feel like you've got
No.
that fine line of respect? Because not a lot of people can pull it off. Do you know, a lot of people are too friendly
Yeah.
and they can't turn into manager mode where... I just want to know how you
I
manage
think,
that person.
listen, if you are fair and reasonable with every single person, always, then that'll come natural.
And I
that
think-
makes sense.
Yeah, and I think for you as well, what helps as well from your story is they've seen you put in the graft, and no one can say you've not, from digging the trenches to doing all the bits. No one can
This is
question
it,
your
mate,
love for the
yeah.
club, and if they did, and you talk about
Yeah.
punch-ups a lot. Has it ever got to that?
Yeah, been a few, yeah. Been a few. Yeah, nah, been a few over the years with players and that, but not a lot really, because the players respect me because, to your
can
point,
imagine.
they know that
Done so much.
I've done it all, so what?
Exactly,
yeah.
You know, exactly that. So, and I'm fair. And that's the real key bit, is that you can't be a fanny and think, you know, I've got boys that play for me that have won, that have lifted trophies at Wembley. They play in this team, so they've dropped down the pro game.
Yeah.
Barry Fuller, the captain, he's won at Wembley with 3 different clubs, right? He's lifted 2 trophies at Wembley, right? Do you know what I mean? But I won't treat him any different than an 18-year-old boy. And,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then people see that and respect that. And I think any footballer will always say, as long as it's fair, they've got no issue with it. Do you know
That's
what I
all
mean?
you want, ain't it? When you're in
Yeah.
the dressing room, all you want, as long as, like you said, everyone gets treated fairly, we're all on the same level playing field.
Yeah.
That's all anyone can
Exactly
ask for.
that.
it,
But
keep it
yeah,
real.
but you have to win at all costs. And if you ever wake up don't want to win, then you might as well sack it off.
Do you look into much leadership? and stuff like that, or is this just natural, Mark?
I've done it in business.
You learn on the go, or is it?
I've done it in business. Yeah, I had loads of leadership training in business by default. Yeah, so I was like a massive football fan. And then I was just working in the city, low key jobs, but just sort of done well in them. And then I ended up getting involved in a few companies that were big on leadership training. And so I ended up, doing a load of leadership training, and then coupled with my football.
It becomes your character, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly that.
On that.
Yeah, and then like anything else, I watch games and constantly watch things. Last night I'm sitting there watching, a game in our league on the stream, and I'm just watching it relentlessly. If you want to do anything well, it's the fucking metrics don't change whether you're a plumber or a fucking football manager. You just got to just know more, learn more, never think you're the finished article, keep at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, humble. So what I want to know is, there's not many places, not many teams between you and the team you used to love, Wimbledon. Has it ever crossed your mind to get on the phone and say, hey, let's have a pre-season friendly? What a dream that would be, surely.
I went there for almost the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it was like visiting. No. Like they've got a new stadium in Plough Lane. Like, so when I used to go, it was in Plough Lane. It all went bandy. MK Dons, fucking franchised the club away, blah, blah, blah. It's like fucking someone had killed your fucking stepbrother sort of thing, right? And and I went back there the other week, and I've seen all these guys 20 years on going shit. And and I thought to myself, wow, like we're fucking one league below these.
Mental.
Mad, isn't it? They're in a much bigger position. It actually humbled me to think we are small. We are.
Yeah.
Everyone says, Dorking, we got to keep going, and I will relentlessly try and find a way to be successful. And we have done a good job of that. But, we are small compared to others.
Sorry, so I've got to add in just before that.
Yeah.
So you say, from business, you've learned, and I think we've seen a lot in business now, say Gymshark, for example, we handed it over because someone can make it better. Do you think there's a limit for where Mark can take this till you have to be like, do you know what? Someone knows maybe a bit more than me and can take us a bit further, or is this Mark all the way?
I don't know, really. I'd just be steered by general consensus. Do you know what I mean?
I honestly, genuinely think after sitting down and speaking to you for 20 minutes, I swear to God, I think you could do it forever.
Yeah, you've just got to, to a degree, one of our plans has been not to have a plan.
Yeah.
One of our plans has been not to have a plan, and then it's more engaging to a degree. It's like, how the fuck we gonna do it now? Yeah. What are we gonna do now? You've won the your Sunday league, whatever it might be. Won the FA Cup. Well, fucking now what? Yeah. Well, we want to play in that league. Well, we need money. Well, how are we gonna get money? Well, So it's just I don't know. I don't know the answer. We want to surround ourselves with as many great people as we can to enable that to happen. You have to look at inspiration. There's clubs in the football pyramid that are small in terms like Fleetwood, and there's clubs in there, Harrogate. There's loads of clubs in there with smaller market towns, smaller footprints in Meadowbank that are competing, doing well. Bournemouth, Premier League. What's it, 12, 14,000?
That's some rise for them as well, from non-league all the way up.
You've got to believe it for it to happen as well.
They were bottom, I think they were bottom of the old Division 2. They were getting relegated to non-league football, and then they went all the way through with Eddie Howe.
So does that fill you with confidence to know we can do this?
Anything can be done, but it's obviously.
What do you generally believe in your heart, though? That's the pinnacle that you will see.
I honestly believe in my heart. It's a fucking fruit machine. No, it's like a fruit machine. It's like literally, I fucking press the button and go, right,
there we go.
Just watching them come. We're not what I'd call on a solid footing in a million years. I'll be fucking lying.
Isn't it? It's a journey.
It's a journey. It's a journey, and we're trying to find our way. Do you know what I mean? But that is you can't. I don't like these clubs that go, we're this, we're that, we're fucking that, and 9 months later they're in administration because everyone was just going, they weren't really this, we weren't really that. Yeah. We are what we fucking are. We're trying to find a way forward all the time, and it's a lot of work.
What you see is what you get.
100%.
Simple.
Yeah.
You can see that kind of man as well. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, absolutely unreal. We're going to have a little game called the one-word game. So we're going to give you a couple of scenarios, players, or just different topics. Yeah. And you're going to give us your first word reaction to it. Yeah. Straight off the bat. So, match officials.
Wankers.
Jason Bryan.
Yeah. Legend.
Coaching badges.
Not... fucking unnecessary.
Post-match interviews.
Real.
Meadowbank.
Heartbeat.
New Barnet.
I like that.
Go on, Mark.
New Barnet. I'm trying to think of one word for it. Yeah, one word for it. I don't know. Yeah, 2 words. Mark Simpson. On the fucking way. On the way, mate.
And then I've got players that wear gloves, so the modern players that wear gloves, snoods, mini shin pads.
Fannies.
Yes.
2 words. 2 words and massive fannies.
So we'll go back onto them topics. So speaking on like the snoods and stuff, we've got a sponsor.
I just want to say, sorry, so 1 sec. Sorry, you have to go back to that. Sorry. No, I'm with the match officials is that they're not all wankers.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Just want to disclaim that, okay? There's some really good match officials out there. There's just a few that haven't got great personalities.
We'll definitely go on to that. But yeah, the modern players that wear the snoods, the mini shin pads, what do you think of them, Mark White?
Well, this is so like, nah.
That's class.
So, nah.
That's class.
Listen, if I was playing against you, or if I was talking to one of my players, I'd literally walk up to you. I'd just walk up to you and say, listen, say, I love the fact you think you're fucking Jack Grealish, right? That's great confidence, yeah. But I'll just probably point to her leg and say, so what I'm going to do in a minute, during this game, just so you know, this is what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll definitely try to hurt them. Yeah, snood, try to strangle them probably.
You've got these bigger ones there.
Little bit.
I want old school, like fucking like yellow pages. Yellow pages, fucking masking tape.
Thank you, Game Unlock, for sponsoring today's episode. Mark doesn't approve, but we definitely do. Use Ballers10 at checkout to get 10% off. Let's get your game unlocked.
Have you seen the difference from when you started the club, the old-fashioned players when you used to watch Wimbledon as a kid, to now these modern players?
Yeah, big time. Like they're. It's really weird though, because also sometimes you get, and I always think it comes down to their parents and stuff like. Yeah. Sometimes you get like old school players that are young, because they've just been brought up in
drilled through them.
Yeah, been drilled through them from their dad or their mum, whatever, or the area they play in. We've got a couple of lads that are real old school with us. Round here, when new players join, the existing players, I always see them put them aside and go, look, just so you know, right, don't fucking bother wearing gloves, hairbands, fucking snoods, necklace, earrings, big fucking no-no. Nah, it's not fucking, we could do like fucking, right, come on boys, right, we're going to go and fight the fucking Germans. Well, hold on a minute, because fucking Bob's lost one of his gloves. You know what I mean? Fucking Bob's lost one of his gloves, we'll go in a minute, Exactly,
So massive fannies.
Well, like, I'm massive fan. In general, do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously, I can't help but tell them all the time when we play. We had one the other week playing, do you know what I mean? And I was trying to think who the manager was. The manager was a fucking old school manager. And I looked at him and said, fucking hell. I said, if you allow that? Yeah. And he went, yeah, I know. But
on the topic,
not for me.
Massive fannies.
Yeah.
I want to know, with Dorking, what's the massive cock about?
Well, mate, it's the emblem of Dorking.
So where's that come from?
Well, no, so Dorking is a breed of cockerel. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a breed, and believe it or not, it's fucking not even in Dorking anymore. It's in the US. So that is why they came from here. They got like 5 claws, I think, and they got red feet or something.
Okay.
Inbreds.
So when you made your,
it is very inbred round here. Yeah.
we got a place let's call Colville.
Pretty similar.
Full of inbreds.
I know Colville, yeah.
6 toes.
Football team.
6 toes on 1 foot.
Yeah, they're okay.
Step 3.
Yeah.
It's doing well.
Yeah, good size.
So when you started the club from Dorking, the no-brainer was that have you stuck with the badge the whole way? Is it evolved? Has it changed on the way?
Yeah, it's changed a little bit.
Okay.
We were just a fucking park side.
So it's become probably slightly more.
So we sort of as we went through the leagues and we become the best side in the town, we just then sort of, I guess you could say it's a part of the brand and growing the club. We wanted to be the town's main team. So we adopted the colours of Dorking and all of that. We were honestly just 11 or whatever, 14 boys paying a £5, renting a pitch. That is, how that works. That's what we've done. Back then, everyone went out on a Friday and Saturday night. Like, it weren't like, and back then people used to actually fucking like drink. Like there was a big culture. So like, you'd be picking up, on a Saturday morning, you'd be driving around, picking up a few lads from birds' houses or waking them up because they're fucked. And
I know about that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So it's, they're all part of it now. Now the kids are here and all that. It's madness.
Crazy one.
Imagine, I tell you, I'll drive through on a high street and it's fucking, we played Oldham Athletic in our last
Massive,
game.
massive.
Ex-Premier League team.
That's what I mean, massive.
Yeah.
It's saying on the way.
Yeah, the
Absolutely
fallen giants. You
massive.
got Macclesfield next as well. Two fallen giants
game.
in a way.
We were playing Oldham, and Oldham had things out about, like you get tweets going this time 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And like their tweets building up to the game, like Man City, Everton, and all that. And I'm thinking, fucking hell,
on the pot
we
down
probably
the
had
road.
a fight against fucking PSV offshore in Crawley, in the fucking trenches. But it's phenomenal, that sort of thing. And I always think if it ended tomorrow, then it's fucking brilliant. Do you know, who gives a fuck?
Write a book one
Honestly,
day.
I'd honestly think who gives a fuck.
Write a book. You know when you feel like you've got to a point
Yeah,
where
I get loads of those offers and
I
shit,
think you
but
should.
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't
I'd
sit
buy
still
it.
long
Find
enough.
it. If we didn't come in today and I didn't meet you, and I've seen what I've seen of you, I'd buy it, of course.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're so interesting. Even being around you,
relatable
it's
to
just,
other people's
it's
journey
class.
as well. Of like, to put you even like you three on the same platform, it's good to see someone that's done it. It just makes it more like,
And like to
for
run
not
with
to
it.
go
Now
over
we can
today
follow
and
the
just be like,
blueprint.
oh, it is a bit easier
inspiring,
than I
isn't
thought.
it?
Yeah.
I've just spoke to a man that done it. Do you
It's
know
all
what I mean?
it's all doable, and it's all doable, 100%. With what we've done and that, but more importantly, it's brilliant for you individually, like because it's all transferable, isn't it? Like it's like everything's transferable. So like I'm not a fan of like when they do these kids games and they don't keep score and all this shit
Yeah.
and like or when they say you can't have the better kids.
Yeah.
Like,
hate it,
you've
honestly.
got to blend in the ones that are not as good. Even if you're not a winner, you want to learn what it's like to try and be a winner. So when in my youth team, they would on a Thursday night, the guy would go to the board, end of training, and he would literally put A, B, and you'd go up there and go, right, what team am I in? And you'd look at it, and if you're in the B team, you'd go to, I'll say to my granddad, oh, fuck, I'm in a B team. And they go, listen, I'll tell you why, right? Because you've got to work on this, you've got to work hard. And then all
Pushes
those...
you on, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if you're fucking at school and you're struggling, or these are all transferable things, aren't they?
doesn't it?
So it worries me. It does worry me because I see the transition of youngsters now in changing rooms and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, you get these youngsters now predominantly are relying upon their dads. In which case, in a lot of fucking
Not many of them.
areas, there ain't that many about, right? So the ones that are grounded, they've got a good father figure. They've still got those kind of natural things. But I see a lot of lads that are quiet. They don't quite know how to respond, react, how to deal with, all the rest of it.
Sometimes
So
they're the ones with the potential to be the best. It's just
yeah,
the
100%.
guidance, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I forgot the whole fucking question.
I do that all the time. I can't
Yeah,
remember
I
it.
can't remember.
That's me. Can I just waffle
It's
on?
good though. It's good.
Yeah, I was waffling on. Yeah.
Go on, go on.
So we're going on another topic now.
Yeah.
You said coaching badges. I know you've been on a few podcasts, spoke about them quite openly.
Yeah.
What's your feeling on them? Because if you get promoted again, if those that don't know, who haven't watched the other podcasts, if you get promoted again, you will need an FA or UEFA badge to
Will you get
manage.
it? Will you do it?
No chance.
You will never do it. You'll die on that hill.
I will literally chain myself to the office at Wembley
You.
on a hunger strike, old school fucking hunger strike. Just literally, I'm not going
There's
to
a
eat,
ring.
mate.
I'll come down with you. I'll
Yeah.
come. I'll do it with
Yeah.
you. We'll get a
Rather
group.
drop that and you do that and then not do the manager something you love so much instead of biting the bullet though.
No, I'm not going to do it in a million years because there'll be a technicality where you can probably I can just name the
Big raise,
fucking
that one.
coach as the manager. The badges are great for coaching. If you're involved in kids football, safeguard and all of that, fully understand all of that, right? Bettering yourself, understanding the game, understand all of that. But I don't think you can ever have to be told you've got to have something to be something.
Do you have to have your badges to be an assistant?
Oh, fuck knows. I mean...
You could just do that to be the assistant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what
I
he
mean,
said,
but
though.
what we'll probably do for a laugh is we'll try and create something. We'll probably get the tea lady to get it.
Yeah, I see that.
And we'll be like, we'll be like, right, Barbara's now your way for
manager.
B. She's
Just
the
sat down
manager.
there.
Yeah,
Your
we're
assistant.
getting interviews with a fucking pinny on. Right, yeah, do you know what I mean? And I say, Barbara, just tell them to fuck off. Yeah.
So
Go on.
Jason Pryor, you said legend, club legend.
Yeah, he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a winner, yeah.
Obviously, I've been watching for a few years and he's been there. Didn't he have time away from the club and then yet got him back in?
Yeah, because we got promoted to National League and we both thought he wouldn't be able to do the travelling. He had a second job.
Yeah.
And then we both sort of realised, a bit like splitting up with a really fucking fit bird, you thought, nah, do you know what?
All been there.
I bet,
been there.
I
miss
bet, I bet, Jace, come back. Yeah, I'm going to come back. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So,
10 minutes.
Yeah. I'm in the motor.
Is he firing this season? Or?
Do you know what it is, right? He's one of them boys, like, if he was, he just inherited it. If he was playing Connect 4, he'd fucking want to win, and he'd want to win everything.
I
Do you know
love
what I'm saying?
that, though. I
You know,
love
remember Battleship? You ever played Battleship?
yeah.
Kid, if he was playing with little boy, he'd want his little boy to win fuck all and cry his eyes out, right? And want it. And the thing of him is like, it wouldn't matter if he was playing the dog and duck or fucking Liverpool. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And on the pitch, and this is what's invaluable, and this is where football suffers now, 100%. Because all them teams over the years that are brilliant, like the United's team in the 90s and Liverpool's in the 80s, all that stuff, they had this kind of core of leaders and stuff that got them through it. Like, you know, Pryor, like, he talks to every player, he talks to the referee, all in the right way, get the best out of others. He's a character, do you know what I mean? So
good to have around in the football.
Yeah, mate, you need them boys. They're fucking hard to find
So
now.
many more aspects than just kicking the ball. And
So many more.
The football club, like I was saying, there's so much more than you just turning up, shouting a few lines, posting a TikTok. I don't think people actually appreciate how much what you've done and how how much you have to learn to get something to this level.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
We're like 24/7 trying to raise money, and I mean
It's
24/7.
full time and you don't worry about anything else.
Yeah, I've got another business, but it kind of runs itself a bit now. But it's hard, really fucking hard.
Do you have to, obviously a bit of a personal question, do you have to try and finance it like through your business?
Yeah, I mean, but basically we've sponsored it, you know, we've sponsored the club for years in different formats, etc. So that's the bottom line. But equally, we're very lucky. We've got loads of people that sponsor the club as well. Yeah. On top of that, we've recently done a share scheme. Now like partly fan owned.
I'm going to ask you now, how does that work?
Well, it's great. I just thought, you know what? What can be better? What's going to help the club?
30%. So how many people is that? Are we talking?
We've got 30%. In the end, I think we've got 751 people that put in a varied amount of money. But for me, it wasn't really about the money. It was just about
the involvement.
Yeah, like, you know, having an engaged audience, you know. So let's say you're going to League Two and you're thinking, oh, fuck, how do we do this? And then one of your ownership groups says, well, actually, I can do that, or my mate can. And it was just like, well, how can we, you know, again, you said before, continue to move forward, constantly sort of evolving it and thinking about what's around the corner next. And also, clubs at the level we are now, like, they are, you know, you start to become, and this is scary, for me, it's fucking scary, you start to become the custodian of it and not the owner. No matter who you fucking are, you can be the owner, you can be the prince, whatever, that owns City, but ultimately, you're only the custodian of that club. And it sounds fucking morbid to say it, but that club is going to be there before you and after you.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And that's where these clubs that don't look at that, I mean, in recent years, fuck me, where'd you end? Macclesfield, you know, Southend, fucking Scunthorpe, Oldham until they got bought again, Stockport until they got bought again. These clubs they get, you know, so I just looked at, well, what can we do to protect that? Do you know what I mean? That's why we've done that.
Yeah. That's
so,
what that is.
Oh, just a mind blank.
Quite now.
So, not fucking shin pad again, is it? Sam Ranveer, all good,
that
mate.
Was it. Obviously, it's really good that the exposure you're getting for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Have you found that that's aroused loads more opportunity? Do you have people reaching out?
Yeah, but I just really appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? I just really appreciate it because we literally had no supporters, not one.
I'm like, after today, like we're going to leave here and I'm going to keep looking out on the results and I'm going to want to win. And that's going to be people all up the country. And you probably find even like, maybe as far as abroad, people are going to be seeing it and being like, oh, I want to see you win now. You know what
honestly,
I mean?
at our last game, at the Oldham game, the last game, we had the whole booth, two families that didn't know each other that came separately from Australia. Right? And then another father and son who had also joined them because my staff had said, oh, they've come from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right, and we get that all the time. And then when we go around the country, we'll go to Gateshead, whatever, and we'll get 50 local people going, I fucking like Dorking, because Dorking, they're just fucking keeping it real.
How breathtaking to see, like, from your first game, the man of the dog, like I've heard you say before, on the local pot, walking his dog, he stops and has a little look. From that to filling out like Meadowbank and all these away ends. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
it's mad. I you know, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I'll never get used to it. I think it's probably a good thing that I'll always think, wow. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It keeps you grounded. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, you know, like I'm not. There's so much more we could do to shout about our success, but that's not what it's about, really.
All in due time.
Yeah, honestly, it's not about that. Richard, I mean, even the fact Rich does the bunch of amateurs, that was just innocuous. Just guy said, like, I've heard you lot of a laugh, can I come and record you? I'm like, all right, mate.
That must have been one of the biggest. Do you understand how big of a turn that is, you being on social media and what it's done for the club, though?
Yeah, it's transformed it.
Massive.
Yeah. Transformed it. And it's just been brilliant because people,
and
honestly.
It's nothing to do with football. It's pure personality.
Mate, honestly, I get people I get people who fly down from Scotland and say to me, I stopped watching football 20 years ago. You're the only reason I start watching it again. It's fucking madness. But I'm just like, but it just shows, doesn't it, like the way of the world and the culture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's his Vaseline.
Is that the Vaseline? The Vas.
You put the litmus back in football, it's fair to say, Mark. We're going to go for our own penalty shootout. You've had a few in your time, you said. We're going to go for our own sudden death penalty shootout. So it's a new thing on the series. We're gonna go co-host versus guest. There's 2 of these, 1 of you.
Yeah.
So you're under the cosh here a little bit. So we're gonna go with the all-time Premier League goal scorers. I'm going to say the top 15. So in 15th place.
I fucking hate the Premier League.
You hate it?
You go first.
Yeah, go on.
So the top 15. In 15th place is 136
Big
goals.
times.
So that's the lowest, and obviously to the top, which is 260.
Right.
Yeah.
You name a top scorer.
Yeah,
You name one of
one.
the top 15 scorers.
Back and
then we'll
forth.
name one. You name one.
Yeah. Well,
You go
Shearer.
first.
You go first for
That's the
a
easy ones, yeah?
So Alan Shearer, top goal scorer, 260 goals.
I'll go Rooney.
You go first.
Rooney, 3rd place with 208. Back to Mark White. Henry is 7th with 175. Salah's a great shout. He's the only player still playing in the Premier League on the list, on 10th with 153.
Van Nistelrooy.
Ruud van Nistelrooy, he's just off it, to be honest. Van Nistelrooy, 95. He's a bit down the list.
You've
but
lost
it's a
a
good
life.
shout.
You've lost
He
a
was
life. Give
shit.
you one more life.
So co-host won that, but we'll carry on.
I don't know who's second. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's on there. But no. Hold it.
Aguero's a very good shout. 5th place with 184. Mark.
Owen.
Yeah, I think he's on
Michael
there.
Owen. He is 11th. He's just, he's just
he's
outside
in
the
there.
top 10.
Ain't Giggsy on there as well?
Brian Giggs not in the top
No,
10.
he's not a scorer.
Come on, 2nd place. Recent.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
How mad. If you were so close to that scoring record, would you stay or would you go?
Yeah.
What about
If
you,
was
lads?
Harry
Would you
Kane-
stay or what?
If you was Harry Kane, would you stay at Tottenham,
How many goals?
get the top scorer record, or would you
He
piss off
is.
Germany?
He's about 40
It's
away.
mad though, innit?
It is mad.
isn't it?
I
It's
can't
mad.
lie, but
It's
It's Gerrard-esque.
The only
But
thing
this
that would
is-
do
yeah.
me is the Champions League. And I don't think Bayern are going to win it.
No, but
So
this
I
is
don't know
my
why you
thing, though,
moved to win
yeah.
the German League,
But
they
listen,
win anyway.
This is my thing, and I thought about this when it happened. He can go, win a few trophies, come back and still get the record.
But there's no
or he
saying
could have
that,
stayed,
though.
got the record, and not just that as well. Tottenham are doing all right this season. You know what I mean? I know they fell off a little bit, but if he was there,
I don't know
hard,
him.
isn't it?
I don't know him or anyone around me, but I reckon I would hazard a guess that Harry probably thinks that was the right move, but also probably thinks he wished he'd moved 2-3 years before.
But I
Because I think it was
Man
time.
City.
Like with where he was now, he was thinking, do you know what? Maybe I missed the boat, so maybe I'll just go and do
inspired
this.
a bit.
I think that's the first
Do you know what I mean?
chance they gave him to have a go. And he's like, yeah, fuck it. I've had enough meetings for too long. If you're letting me go, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a good move.
Who's the top scorer at Dorking? Do you know? Do you not keep the record?
This season,
all time.
all time, me. Yeah, Mark.
How many are you
Mark
on?
White.
you in the top 100?
Easy. No, I'd definitely be in the top 5.
All jokes aside,
Yeah.
was you a good player? Was you bagging goals?
I mean, yeah, I was a good player at shit level. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're playing at shit level, so.
Bit like me, I come on
fucking bang
Sundays and
average,
score.
yeah.
But fucking hell, put me on a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, these boys are good, man.
Yeah, I
These
bet.
boys are fucking
mate,
good.
so is it, obviously, I've got a few friends that play a league below you, and I'll go watch. And one thing that stands out to me, because I'm involved in a Saturday team as well, manage at Step 5. So
What you do?
yeah, I do. Yeah. So Leicester Nirvana. So I'm involved down there, which is like I said, Step 5.
Yeah.
But then so 4 levels below this. But so I'm there week in, week out, train twice a week, play Saturdays. When we go and watch my pals in Step 2, Step 3. The fitness of the lads and how sharp and quick they are, it's mind-blowing to me. Like that for me is the main difference, you know what I mean?
Mate, you are 100% spot on, because like my housemate, I won't say his name, but he made his debut against Liverpool back in the day. He's not my housemate now, he wasn't back in the day. We were lads, right? He made his debut and he marked Steve McManaman, right? Remember Steve McManaman, right? Yeah. And I said, mate, like...
Yeah, the winger, went to Real Madrid.
Tall winner. I went to Real Madrid, won Champions League, unbelievable player.
Long
And I said to him, like, next day, mate, how was it? He goes, mate, I just can't believe how quick it was. He goes, I can't believe it. And then anyone who speaks to you, played the Prem and all that, it's just like, you know, you can't get near these boys. We got Dan Gallagher here, his brother's Connor. at Chelsea. Dan plays for us, and Dan always goes like, "There's 4 brothers, and they all, so they all go and kick the fuck out of each other, like, like, no, genuinely, they still take a ball down the park in the summer and just kick the fuck out of each other."
Quality.
And Dan always says, "You ain't no one getting near Connor. You can try and kick, you can do what you want to do. You ain't going to get near the boy."
So tell you what, another thing I've noticed as well. Obviously, I know we're complete miles apart in levels, but we've got a few lads that that play championship football. Like I said, we've got Jorin, we've had Millsy still plays now. We've had some lads that play have played really great standard. Some pros have played abroad, like I said to you before the podcast. Their experience when they play, little things, buying fouls and nicking a few yards, them little percentages. It's just, when you watch it, it's just like, fucking, who even thinks of that? You know what I mean?
Honestly, they're 2, 3, 4.
And then it's like my dad's like football, you know what I mean? That's how he is, yeah?
Yeah.
But then, like, you don't see that side of things. You don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate them tiny little things that you'd never, ever think to do. 100 times out of 100, you'd never think that. But then you've got these lads that just on the spot, usually, most footballers thick as shit, isn't they?
I know,
on
mate.
the spot, it's so instinctively to just be like, you know what I mean?
To the naked eye, it's just like, oh, they're a little bit better when they're higher, but there's so many marginals that are massively different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I've learned as well. We see it all the time. The level we play at now, there's a lot of Prem players and Championship players. You see it week in, week out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Good, man.
You ever been starstruck against the player you've played against? Never.
Nah. I'm trying to think. Starstruck now. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think now. Like, manager-wise, like, I wasn't starstruck, but it
was the moment.
I've managed against. Fucking hell. I've forgotten his fucking name. Ex-England manager.
Ex-England manager?
Yeah, fucking hell. No. He gave Beckham the captaincy. Peter Taylor.
Peter Taylor,
Yeah, ironically, we both got sent off for having a fight. Yeah, me and him. Yeah.
You had a fight with each other?
What happened there?
Yeah,
fight with
his
each other?
handbags. Yeah. Yeah. But obviously, you know the drill. Like, when he come from where we come from, we got to piss around the territory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Peter's a top guy. He messages me now, Peter Taylor. He gave Beckham the captaincy. What he ain't done in football ain't worth knowing about. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we had a bit of a row on the way off the pitch, and we got 2 straight reds.
What was the score?
And 2-0, but I think we won. We won in the end of it, 2-0. But
lad.
I came out in the bar because I weren't allowed to watch the game, so I come up in the bar to watch it out the window unofficially, and all my mates were in here, and they kept passing me fucking vodkas. Because we was winning, I kept drinking.
Stumbled down the stairs.
Yeah. How bad's that? And then we had So there's been a few managers, and I'm not starstruck by players, but there's been a few managers that have been there, done it, and you think to yourself, but he's been there. Yeah, he's been there, done it, this man. So I'm going to, you're sort of watching it thinking, yeah, blimey.
I've got a few questions for you, Mark, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just quick. You can go into detail if you like. You can answer them dead quick. Sorry, Al.
Got this podcast.
No, I'm just taken away, to be
Taking it
honest.
in.
You're so real, like, it's
Yeah.
nice
It's
to...
good.
Bro, it's quite
see where-
inspiring, isn't it?
yeah,
Like, I don't
exactly,
want to
yeah.
suck your ass, but it's inspiring. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to
Appreciate
be around
it,
you.
mate.
What's your biggest lesson learned at Dorking from start to finish?
Recruitment
It's one thing.
now, right?
Massive.
Like, yeah. So, like, Paul Cook said to me, Chesterfield manager, who again has been in the champ, done it all, and he said to me on the pitch, our very first game in this league last year, he just said to me in his Scouse accent, he goes, like, recruitment at this level is 9/10 of the
You're going
law.
to try the Scouse accent.
No, mate, no. But listen, I mean, but I'm there to fucking learn. That's the thing. I'm not.
Absolutely,
I could listen. There's lots of things I could teach people in leadership and that, but I'm as a product of football, I'm there to fucking learn and understand. And as we've gone higher, what I've learned is that when you run a Saturday, Sunday side like we all do or did, if you make a mistake, you can sort it out in about 10 minutes straight. Give someone an 18-month deal on good money, and then realise afterwards you didn't do the medical properly, or his fucking attitude's terrible, or whatever. You can end up fucked. And so recruitment is vital. That's probably the biggest lesson I've learned so far in football. As we've gone higher, is get the recruitment right.
How do you background check a player then? What is it looking like?
I think you need to speak to that. Well, the most obvious one is when they play for lots of clubs. That's the big red flag, because people don't let good players go.
Network, ain't it? As well.
Hopping around as well.
Yeah. But if you look on Wiki and they play for fucking, they've been on loan 20 times, and you're thinking, right, listen, straight away, mate, 100%. Like getting a motor with fucking 20 owners. You're like, well, hold on a minute. You know what I mean?
Something's going on here.
Yeah. And then you speak to people and stuff like that. But recruitment is key.
My next one, this was about football, but after meeting you, if best advice, if that's life, football, what's the best advice you've ever got?
Just fucking, just do it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Really? Yeah, just do it. But I mean, you know, you've got to be your own product of you, haven't you? You've got to. It doesn't matter. You know, that's what I mean about the whole A and B team thing. You know, it doesn't matter if where you are today, it's great to be able to aim for something else. And if aiming for something else, you end up somewhere else. Had you not aimed for something else, you wouldn't have ended up there. Yeah. And you have to constantly be evolving, seeking, you know, etc.,
Never know
etc.
if you don't have a go, do you?
100%. And you don't want to be a wallflower. But also, you know, for me, it's like, who was it? The fucking one of your viewers. In fact, they might not know; they'll be too young. But who was it that said, like, look, if I had to clean the fucking streets, that'd be the cleanest streets. That's the bottom line. And it's like, I think it's a famous, it's a Busby, I'm going to say, but maybe, you know, but like. That's the mindset. It wouldn't matter to me if you're on a football club or whatever you do. You want to do it to the best of your ability.
Whatever you do, you'll be successful.
Yeah, because you want your kids, your family, your fucking heritage to...
Your legacy, isn't it?
If all else fails, you want people to actually get up and have a go and doing things. You don't want people to be, you know what I mean, like a limited version of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
All right, next one. Worst advice you've ever got?
Worst
advice you've ever got?
Well, just when people say, be careful.
Yeah.
I get that all the time, still now. Just be careful, Mark. Just be careful. If we do this, this could happen. Like, yeah,
it's
but...
Like the do me thing, man.
Let's just... Yeah, I get it. But you know what, mate? If we'd have been careful, we'd have had fuck all.
And it's hard with them as well, because this is your dream, and people giving that advice, it's not meant for them as well. So it's not... You can't take advice off everyone unless they're in your field as well. And
yeah, exactly.
Because you create your own path. A lot of chairmen, they probably came up off a silver spoon.
Yeah, exactly.
So probably didn't put their hands in the mud. Do you know what I mean? So... Who are you to give advice to me?
Yeah, exactly that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I listen to everything everyone says. I'll always take it on board. When we have management meetings, I've got an assistant manager. We've got about 4 coaches on top of that, and a goalie coach. We've got an S&C coach on top of that. We've got a full-time analyst and scout. And I will brief and debrief every training session, every game, because I want to know what they're thinking. That's why they're there. And they might say something that in 2 weeks' time, I'll refer back to and think, do you know what? I've just seen something there that maybe he put in my head.
Let's try this here.
Yeah. So, because you can't be equally, you know, as a leader, you've got to go down and if you ask me, my biggest bit of advice for a manager, it'd be make sure you learn off the back of your mistakes, nobody else's. Yeah. You know, when you get them people around you that go, I think we should do this, do that. Listen, if you're in charge, it's you, and that's the best way of being.
And you know, you just mentioned, sorry, Connor. This is what's ringing in my head about, and it might be a bit personal, we can just literally put it out if not, but you've seen like the coaches, the building, the staff, the lovely guy that left me, by the way, more than polite. What is an expense of yearly for a club at this size? Because again, this is somewhere like the boys hopefully go one day. I don't think people understand how much it's a business more than a football. Because how much goes on and how many people are in and out the building, how much bills are. I don't think people realise the shop you are running.
But now it's about 1.8 million.
That's the forecast.
A year?
Start the year.
We'll leave it.
That's expenses.
But we used to fucking just have outgoings of, you know, 50 quid a week.
I don't know.
And the incomings are £5 subs.
And the £5 subs. And if the striker was... We've been there where the striker's shit on it, I just take 3 quid. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, he's better than the rest. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, but it's madness. And we are constantly fighting to stay where we are.
I was about to say, does that keep you up more than getting the club somewhere? The fact that you're taking care of so many people, the business has to get somewhere. Because like you say, it'll be here before you and it'll be here after you.
That's the thing, 100%, yeah.
I think people don't understand there's a lot more pressure in that than coming and making the boys perform. And I think
really
it's hard
is,
because a lot of managers, unless you're the perfect product like yourself, you could do a bit of business, you're a people's person, you can people, you ain't really got a flying fuck. And I don't think that's why many people have probably not got to the level you have, because they've not got all departments covered. There might be a great manager, there might be a great businessman, but to put all into one and make it work and take it from, like you say, 50 quid to a 1.8 million pound.
Exactly.
That's not even turning. You've got to turn that over to pay it. You know, you've got more left over, and that's obviously your.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly that.
Well done, mate.
Well, no, I mean, I mean, listen, it's to be honest with you, it's too expensive, and we need to cut back, and we need to make more money, and the business side of things. But we're constantly working, but we keep getting fucking promoted, and for every promotion, it's more cost.
And that's what I was about to say. Don't it scare you? Because I was watching your podcast about how much you're gonna have to pay to get this ripped up. You don't really need promotion right now, let's be honest. But of course, 100%. Your football brain, get me up there. I don't want to be fucking losing. But what do you do when you go up, you promote, and then you get a 900 grand fine on your door, and then you've got to be fundraising on the street.
And then you've got to think about the players that can't commit to full time. There's so much to take into it.
Massive, yeah. I mean, we're one of only 3 part-time teams in this league now. 20-odd teams are all full-time.
In the relegation, by any chance? I don't know.
No, they're not. You know what? One of them, one of mid-table, the other one's relegation. But listen, I mean, to your point, it's multifaceted. Club with owners that are rich and the chairman don't really give a shit spending his money. Clubs where the chairman's rich and the manager don't give a fuck. I could tell you clubs now where they've got obscene contracts given out by previous managers that didn't give a shit and they're having to honour them to get to the next stage in our league. It's multifaceted, but we're not a shoo-in. We're not a shoo-in. I've had fucking sleepless nights about money, and then sometimes I've had this loads.
I can imagine, mate.
I've walked off clapping the fans, going mental because we've been beat. We've won. And the fans are going mental and they're all singing and it's an amazing day. And I'm walking off the pitch thinking, in my head, I've got to find 200 grand by next week.
Yeah.
I've had it.
And that's what I mean.
And I think at that point, and I'll tell you why I think at that point, because at that point I think I can't quite enjoy this.
Yeah. I was about to say,
I'm walking off like
that level.
In my head, I'm like,
I don't think people take in that's what included in all this banter and all this, like how much you have to do behind the scenes to turn up and then just be that person.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people get credit for in this world. I think it's very hard to be that successful.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a lot of, exactly. There's a lot of,
than anyone, obviously more than any of us, but.
Yeah, exactly that. There's a big, owners get loads of grief in football. Some of them should because they're dickheads and they don't really give a fuck and all that, but a lot of people genuinely do take over clubs with good intentions.
Yeah.
I see a press release last week from a club in our league and the guy was basically like, look, I'm not too proud to tell you, I've given this club everything I can, loads of money, and actually maybe it's a little bit beyond me. Like, it's a tough gig. Tough gig.
It's hard as well.
You can wait for the season, like I say, you come with a fine, something goes wrong, you're out the water. And it's not pennies you're trying to gather together, you're talking in the hundreds of thousands. It's not like you can just go with a little bucket around the stand.
We got beaten in the FA Cup and this year, and it's when I said that the players were shit in the interview.
I was literally about to say the next topic I was going to go on to, post-match interviews.
Yeah, like literally like that one there, that we, in a business model, you can't put in the FA Cup money, although the FA Cup money, because you don't know if you're going to win.
It's not guaranteed, yeah.
Right? So you'd only ever put in the loser's prize money for the first game you're playing, right? But if you've got a shortfall of £500,000 in your business model, and the majority of clubs at our level would, before you even begin, you sort of think, right, well, if you're doing like a SWOT on it, strengths, right, opportunities, right, FA Cup run, that's where it is.
What's the difference in the FA Cup run? So you get knocked out first one. When do you start talking serious money then? Is it
serious money from day one?
Is it, yeah?
Yeah. Really good prize money. You get half the gate. FA Cup is half the gate. So friends of mine now, like Maidstone, Oliver, who runs that, they're still in it, right? Chesterfield just got beat. If you draw United away, you get half the gate. So it's a £1 million draw.
I've seen someone talking
That's
about
before the prize money.
I don't know who it was. I think it was someone from Sky Sports saying they should draw all non-leagues against all your big teams.
Seed
They
it.
get the payday.
Yeah.
And then what happens then? Your Liverpool and Manchester, they still meet. Do you know what I mean? You still get your big
100%.
Give all these little clubs their payday.
Yeah, 100%. They should be seeding it. They should be seeded. And there'll still be opportunities for the big clubs to play each other, but at least the little ones, exactly that. So
a little bit.
It's a massive
Get
payday.
your money in the pockets. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's literally like, for a club, it's life-changing. You can put £1 million in the bank, ordinary seat. Even if you have a half-decent cup run, it's 200-300 grand a year.
You change your whole team.
All of it, yeah.
The whole dynamic, everything, how a club's run.
All of
a
it.
couple of games in the FA Cup.
Yeah, it's a big ticket this level, financially.
Well, I hope you best of luck for the future with that as well. I'll be down there.
We'll fucking need it.
One more topic on the one-word game was the match officials. You was a bit touch and go with that one when I said it first. Obviously, you've been very honest in your post-match interviews about it. Just talk us through.
Well, do you know what?
On it.
I want to be honest. I think they've actually improved a bit this season.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's off the back of my advisory service.
Advisory service.
Yeah, do you think that's because they're worried they're going to get slowed by you?
No,
I think advisory service is the one.
Yes, I think off the back of my advisory service, I've seen a massive improvement. Yeah. Do you know what? Like, the issue of officiating is just never leave it alone, mate. Just fucking, it's like a kid with a toy, like, oh, we'll change that, we'll do this, and no one fucking knows where they stand. And actually, I've seen quite a big improvement this year in terms of, at our level anyway, just using a bit of pragmatism and stuff like that. Yeah. Obviously, at the higher end of the game, it's a fucking absolute shit show with VAR, mate, and top officials. Oh, mate. it's a shame, isn't it? It's a fucking shame.
Fan. It is a
Right,
shame.
what a shame.
But in these big games, like you're saying, there are millions involved and stuff. The
Nah,
fine
but you
line
know
is-
what, though,
I
yeah.
love the raw game, but I think you've got to see it from perspectives of like technology's got to a point where they know what's right and what's wrong. I don't believe it in all scenarios. I think this slow motion shit's bullshit.
This is it.
I think
Yeah.
seen the best quote: "A kiss on the cheek could look like a porno in slow motion."
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't paint the old
Yeah.
picture. But I feel like the offside has got me. I just feel like you say, it's too confusing. That the thing for me is like players. How do you celebrate? It's shitting. It's looking back. Going,
What they should have done, they should have just brought it out for like slowly but surely, just focus on the core things to start with, build a bit of confidence in it, go, right, well, it's great for X and Y. But then, of course, the problem is they've just got, they keep changing the laws, handball law, last man law, like offside law.
The Newcastle
annoying, isn't
PSG, that one recently.
Just change it the whole time. Like, I mean, UEFA have different laws to the FA, and so, but equally, these are, I mean, even the old referees, like, just say, what a lot of shit.
And I love what you said. Strip it back to basics. So
Yeah.
everyone could teach it, and then done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just make it work first.
Everyone understands.
And then, like, when it works and everyone's getting a bit more confident and right, then maybe increase what it can do for it. Trying to do way too much. But Southgate made a great point, Gareth Southgate, about, and he's rarely outspoken and rarely. And he made a great point that said, I don't quite understand why they've not got some of those old shit-hot referees in the VAR room. But the only reason they quit is because they couldn't fucking run.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right?
Even
like
talking
these
to,
were...
like ex-players and stuff like that. Sean.
fuck that.
I just think it takes
or
its
not.
thing out.
Because you've got that real side of you, you could just be like, just tell them how it is.
You don't want to be running around chasing fucking.
I don't know if I could do it technically.
Yeah.
I don't technically. I guess it'd be a fucking difficult role. I mean, you said about earlier, these boys are so quick, so clever. I think it's a real difficult role, made harder by the law changes constantly. But what I do know is what I would apply is the laws of the game.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I wouldn't have to keep bringing out a different law every year for players surrounding me. It lasts about a second.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck off, and you have 6 men. And after 3 weeks,
Old school, man.
right? After 3 weeks, people would know if you don't know how 6 men, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's why rugby and all of that doesn't have an issue because everyone knows where they stand before they start, don't they?
Yeah.
But football has like lost its way with that. So what they do is instead of enforcing the laws they've got, they keep changing the laws. And this is probably way too fucking deep, but this is what I identify all the time. They change the laws as a way of papering the cracks as not being very good at doing what they're supposed to fucking do. Like, as an example, this year, we're not quite sure when players are feigning injury, so now we're going to have this added on time bullshit. They changed it because they couldn't, it's like, things are fucking easy. Like, if someone's wasting time, you give them a warning. Then you say to the captain, next bloke who does it, you're fucked. Someone's getting booked. Next minute, the manager and the team goes, just get on with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a shame, really.
A lot of trial periods going on. I hope there's like the tunnel as well in a few years where they're like, all right, scrap this, do this. Let's see what we've got. Do you know what I mean?
I think they've got good intentions
I
always,
think that's
but
what it is as well.
it's a shame because they've got no refs at the lowest level and they'll keep saying it's because of respect campaign. Is it fuck? It's nothing to do with respect campaign. Obviously, there are people that treat referees fucking poorly and parents and all that. I just totally get that. But their biggest fucking issue is no one wants to fucking be one.
I was about to say, it's different day and age now to when
Different
we were
day and
younger
age.
playing football. Like, I don't mind being a referee getting paid 35, 40 quid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's gone up, the payments or what, but
Yeah.
why would an 18-year-old want to nowadays? Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
but the thing is, they've got to make it doable for
Appealing.
them. So, it's like, if I'm... when you're in step 17 on a Sunday, whatever it might be, right, okay, and it's handball, someone to go to the referee who can barely move, been doing it 50 years, that's handball. He doesn't know the new laws. They can't keep up with the fucking new laws.
filtered down enough, is it?
So it's not... What they're doing at the top isn't transferable. So they're losing refs at the bottom end. I'd definitely love to get involved in a project team as to how they can transform that type of thing.
System and
That's what I was about to say. We all,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, we all have
Yeah.
this advisory service, what you're going about, but would you genuinely, if
Yeah.
they said come in and
Yeah.
give your opinion? would you?
But me, there's loads of great people out there that with a vested interest and have been around a long time that can say, look, you need to create some starting points here for what you need to improve, right? Work on some certain benchmarks and then try and have a bit of a strategy because it's not getting any better.
They never want to hear the constructive
Tricky
criticism.
though.
Not
That's the
really,
thing though.
no.
It's tricky because when you try and be constructive and make something better, you give an opinion and you're quick. You got to be careful with your opinion these days, man. You know what I mean? You got to watch what you're saying. You got to watch how you say it, and you got to watch.
Don't say be careful, you don't like it.
And he's about to start.
But you do though, don't you? Like you look at like Joey Barton, whether he's right or wrong.
Yeah.
He's given his opinion out on something recently, and he's absolutely getting peppered for it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's his opinion. It's how he feels. He's entitled to his opinion, but it's like these days you're not entitled to that anymore. So you got.
Yeah.
I feel like you're stepping on eggshells a lot.
I just
Anyway,
fucking live. I put faith in fucking whoever that one day things will go back round to how they can be.
Yeah,
Because
I hope that.
football, I've witnessed football consistently, forever, being the most inclusive fucking thing for people.
Yeah.
I've never witnessed, I'm not saying it hasn't happened anywhere, right? I'm not saying it hasn't happened anywhere, but I've only ever witnessed the way it can pull, different people together, different races, different...
100%.
Right? I've only ever witnessed what the brilliant stuff it can do. Do you know what I mean? So this kind of, divisive culture that people want to promote these days, I just think it's wank. And I hope one day it goes back round to,
let's all be together.
where it was. And nothing's without challenges, but not overinflated challenges. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is what people try to create now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Everyone loves a bit of drama, don't they?
Drama, people that just can't wait to, what's
They
it
got
called?
time for it.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, cancel.
Yeah.
This is what I was going to touch on, but even talking about it, it's became fucking jarring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like you got to be yourself, and I feel like you only get results when you are yourself. And I feel like if you was worried about being cancelled, this club and you wouldn't be where you want to be. So I think
that's it.
Sometimes got to throw a bit. Of course, we know certain opinions. All right, don't need to be on camera. We'll have that conversation away, but. Without having certain confidence in yourself and looking for permission, you ain't going to get anywhere anyway. So you've got to go against the grain.
Yeah, completely, mate. I mean, that's kind of what I believe in, really. And I want people around me to feel the same about what they say and do.
Yeah.
I just think it's healthy, and
100%.
I feel bad for people that are becoming consumed in life of what they should say when they shouldn't say it. People of a certain age that are literally going around and they're waiting for memos to go through the door, literally to say, right, you do realise that last year you could say this, but this year, if you say that, you're fucked. And no one puts a memo through the door, and you get people going around scared for a fucking conversation.
Yeah.
And this is not in any way, means or shape or form, fucking paper in the cracks for where things should be addressed and stuff like that. I'm just talking about there's a happy medium with things like that. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to finish on the Marc. So talking about high-end football, you've watched Wimbledon when you grew up.
Yeah.
You've seen a few players here at Meadowbank yourself. If you had a five-a-side team, your all-time, it could be players you've watched growing up, like I said, or literally lads you've had out here at the training pitch. Five-a-side, one goalie.
I'm gonna put goalie. Goalie. I'm gonna put Slaven, our goalie.
Right.
I'm gonna put two of our players in this team because he's just a fucking hero.
Yeah.
He arrived at our old pitch on an old racer bike, and he played 1 year in our reserve team. Didn't never get paid a penny. And he's been here 8 years, and he's the best penalty saver you've ever seen. We've won 2 promotions with him saving penalties. Yeah. So Slavak goes in any one fucking goal. Bobby Joe Taylor plays for me now. Boy, good Bobby Joe Taylor. Right,
What a name, by the way.
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe Taylor.
Yeah, Bobby Joe. So, so Romany background. So he's he's the world's best five-a-side player, and exactly that. No position. He just literally. He is one of them boys. He's like a street footballer, plays for us now, and 100%. So he's the world's best five-a-side player. I think I'd have Gaza because I want the team to have good spirits, right?
Yeah.
Team to have fucking a great spirit. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Have a few beer, have a lock in here after going to beer.
Yeah, Gaza. I'd have to have Messi because Messi's. He's the man, right? So he's the man, right? He wins, right? Okay, yeah. So that's the bottom line. And I'm trying to think now, really. I've got one more left,
One more.
Someone to score goals.
I was about to say that.
I'm not going to pick Pryor because he can't play five-a-side. He's like a 6'6". It'd take him 3 strides to cover the whole pitch.
Yeah.
But striker-wise, who's the best striker I've ever seen in my time? Fucking hell. goal scoring way, believe it or not, I'd probably say, Shearer.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd probably say
He's
Shearer.
Premier League
Yeah.
scorer.
He's the man.
You've got to have him in there.
He's just a
Unit
fucking.
as well, innit?
He was just, and he was a horrible fucker.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Talking.
Old school, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that kept it real. Just
Yeah.
that. He didn't do this.
He used to take them penalties. What made me laugh? He used to have that
he's
penalty with the run up. That fucking, I've been knackered after the run up, right? He used to do that curved run up, and everyone in the whole stadium, including the goalie, knew where it's going, but no fucking got it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And all that
Proper.
time, but then he still didn't save it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So what about, to top it off, you managing that five-a-side? How far would that go?
We'd be perfect. Yeah, I mean, they probably fucking.
Win the lot, wouldn't you?
They'd win everything. Yeah, win the lot. Yeah, win it all. 100%. Yeah.
Awesome.
But I think it's got a good blend there, and it's got characters.
Yeah.
But a lot of winners.
And then you as manager.
I don't know
Yeah.
how Messi would do with Gaza, but the change of
Well, Gaz would just give it to Messi. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. But that's the thing. You need. Obviously, you need. You can. What do you want? A team of 8 out of 10s that are quiet and a bit, withdrawn, or do you want a team of 6 and 7 out of 10s that fucking want to win?
Win your games,
It's
isn't it?
It's only one
Win your
choice.
games.
It's only
Hard
one
work
choice.
beats talent, doesn't it?
Every time.
Hard work
Every
beats
time.
talent.
Yeah.
Good enough.
That's where you got. That's where you got to build it.
Well, listen, Mark, you've been class, mate, and
Proper.
if you're ever
Honestly.
free, you want to come manage my Sunday team for a game in the FA
I
Cup.
might just come and play
You
left
let me know.
back.
Mate,
No, I can't. I've actually ruptured my
Sign
quad,
you
believe it
on.
or not. Yeah,
Like I
I'm
said,
fucking injured.
I'll get you in the dugout, mate. Just give us a ring, we'll get you up there.
Yeah, mate. Well, if you,
Class.
I'll definitely come and watch if we get to the Sunday final.
Yeah.
That'd be.
mate,
I'll
if you do,
promise
that'd be
you,
wicked.
I'll be there.
That'd be wicked.
You still?
Nah, we knocked them
You
out.
knocked them out, didn't you?
5-0.
5-0.
I'm involved though. I like it.
5-0.
What's the score half time?
It was only 1-0.
Was it 1 or 2?
Yeah, 1-0. I
1-0.
made a change, so didn't go to plan.
Fuck it, yeah.
We bought on,
last
we bought
10
on our
minutes.
star boy. Played for
I've done that
This
Champions
is
loads,
the thing
though.
with Sunday League, right? Let me say it quickly, but
have the convo with him, what you like.
All like- yeah, literally.
It'd be good for him
Yeah.
because Leicester's going over.
So-
Yeah.
Leicestershire football is going crazy because they've got so far in this competition. Not many teams from my area do that.
Yeah.
So in the game we played against, it was all the lads from the council estate on my team. Lads
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
played years with. This guy, obviously, he's got his mates. They're all his mates and stuff like that. I'm not going to say they're ringers or anything, but he's bringing these superstars. We're bringing a lad off the bench that's not.
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
played.
Mark, I like you know in
He's
football.
bringing a superstar on. So
It's
respect it.
it's
I
not what you
respect
know,
it.
it's who you know. Yeah? when you got a phone book like mine,
Yeah,
it's hard not to, innit?
That's it, mate.
I made a
see.
few phone
who
calls.
was the
Like I
hottest in
said,
your phone booker, by the way? The players.
Who's what?
Who's the hottest in your phone
What do you
book?
mean in terms of?
name,
It could be no one that played for you or anything like that, but just in your phone book, the biggest player or biggest footballing star.
Oh, fucking hell.
got any big ones?
I got, not massive ones. I try to think. Honestly, I can't even fucking think. I've got so many fucking
What you
numbers.
said it as well, though. Answer that question. What do you think about that? Because I respect it. I would
About
do what you
what?
said.
Oh, yeah,
I would
like,
bring the people in if I've got the.
All I've thought since this conversation started was, if I'm him, I'm just thinking I'm going to fucking beat you some other time.
Yeah.
That's all I think.
well, we're both in the same league.
Because the thing, I've had it over the years. I've walked off of pitches and the other fans, hey, fuck this, fuck that, and all that. And I just think, I'll have my time. Because that's how you have to think. I'll have my fucking time. Don't worry about
Exactly
that.
And that
that.
was the question nearly went out of my head. Have you got your own chant?
Oh, mate, they sing, yeah.
Go on,
They,
give it a go.
no, I don't know what it is.
You don't know.
It's pure abuse.
Something
isn't
about,
it?
there's one something about Mark White as a gaffer or something, one of those. There's another one about me thinking I'm 18 years old or something. They sing, which I quite like.
There you go, kid.
Yeah, but I love the all the away fans. I fucking love it. I love the bunny
bet.
because
Oh,
I'll
mate.
say one thing like, if they're gonna fucking take me on, they need to be fucking elite.
Is that a sponsorship?
Fucking no. They
like that.
they need to be elite. I get it every now and then. I've had a few people over the years have a little go, and I fucking love it. I feel like
waiting for it.
I feel like fucking Eminem or something, just fucking ready to have a cuss off. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Good for
I'm
you,
there,
man.
mate. I'm there. But nah, that's all part of the game, innit?
Yeah.
Shake hands at the end of it. Cheers, mate. I had a bloke 4 months ago during the game. It was fucking brilliant. He was literally like, this guy was fucking running for Kleenex, right? I had him all over the shop. And at the end of the game, he started it. I thought, you're going to start, son. Fucking, this is going to end badly. And then we won the game and he was crying his eyes out. And he wanted to shake my hand at the end and he walked off. And I thought, do you know what I mean? Won't be doing that again, mate.
God, I know.
Honestly, you
Go
got
on,
anything else
lads.
to add at the end?
No, I think you've spot on. We've had him for a good
Honestly,
time.
Mark, it's fair to say that we've all had the best time coming here. It's a 3-hour journey, but it's been all
Worth it, yeah?
Worth
Good.
it.
Honestly, it's a
Well,
pleasure.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks for having us at
Thanks for
Meadowbank.
coming
We'll see you
down.
in the Sunday League final.
I'll see you at the final.
Oh, mate.
I'll be there,
I'll
mate.
see you at the final.
I'll do like a 1 minute fucking bit of stand up. Yeah.
Half time.
Team sheet. You get him with the team sheet, left back.
Mate, I'll get
It's
enough.
written.
Get him in the dugout. Fucking hell, yes, sir. I'll tell the gaffer,
Yeah,
listen,
that's
you've got
it.
us here, pal.
Sit there, exactly.
the
Yeah,
sideline.
get me
Mate,
in there.
honestly.
Anything for Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Right,
wicked.
boys.
But top
Right,
man, honestly,
cheers, lads.
appreciate the
It's going to wrap up.
Top
So,
man.
guys, obviously that was the Ballers Mindset. We've got Chase and Connor here as well. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. We're going to leave with one last word from Mark White. What is the meaning of football?
Winning. End off.
That's it.
End off.
Top man. Mark,
Cheers,
pleasure.
boys.
Absolute pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. Top man. Thanks, pal.
Thank you so much, Mark. Honestly.